Hi there, my name's Bex and welcome to another Pilates session by the river. So today we're actually going to start seated, so bring yourself into any seated position here that feels comfortable and just start by rolling your shoulders back and taking a nice big deep breath here. If you want to close your eyes, feel free, but just bring yourself into a nice relaxed position. We're going to take an inhale and a nice big overhead reach, exhale to lower. Take another one, inhale reach, exhale to lower. And then taking one arm over to the opposite knee, just for a little mini twist here, just warming up into what we're going to be doing later. Hold that here, take an inhale, exhale, send it back and pop it over to the other side here. Just feeling that lovely twist and just going as far as you feel comfortable to go here. We're then going to place both hands on the knees and then gently roll that chin in towards the chest, round through the shoulders for a little bit of a almost seated cat stretch here. Bring it out into your seated cow by lifting that chin, opening that chest and then bringing it back into your seated cat stretch. Just take your time here. There's absolutely no rush and just go as far as you feel comfortable here. Roll that one more time and then gently lift that chin, roll the shoulders back. Nice. Now we're going to swing the legs around into a seated position. Bring one knee up towards the chest and keep the other one nice and long. Now you can use a Pilates ball in the lower back here if you feel you need that extra support, but otherwise just go for those C curves. So you're going to roll that chin to the chest, round through the shoulders and taking the ribs down, almost tucking them in slightly to round through the spine. Then we're going to come back to full extension, so keeping the shoulders back and down, spine nice and long, and then bringing it back down into that lovely C curve again. If you feel this in the lower back, feel free to pop that Pilates ball if you need a little bit of extra support here. Nice. We're going to take a lovely inhale to curl under and then exhale to lift and extend through that spine. Now we're going to add a little option here. We're going to grab hold of that knee, take a little twist here, follow the arms so your gaze is going to stay on your fingertips. We're going to inhale back into our lovely C curve, exhale to lift, inhale to grab hold of that knee and take it all the way out, exhale to bring it back to center. Lovely. We're going to do a few more of these here, so make sure when you're going into your C curve we come up to full extension before you take that twist, and you're only going as far as you feel comfortable with these twists here, so only take it as far as you feel happy. Fantastic, and take your time here. We are going to do just one more of these, so taking that lovely big rotation, follow the gaze of the fingertips, bring it back to center and bring those arms down, slide the legs out and away, and then what you're going to do is bring yourself down all the way to the mat. So whether you want to take a little roll down here, you might want to just bring yourself down onto the elbows or gently roll onto one side, or you could take a little roll down and hold the backs of the thighs. If you want to reach the arms up and overhead and feel that lovely rib cage closure and extension, feel free. Have a shuffle around if you need to, and then you're going to bring your left leg into tabletop here. Now we're going to take a tiny little crunch, so think about lengthening through the arms and then peeling the shoulder blades away from the mat. You want to keep the length through the back of the neck, so tuck the chin ever so slightly, but not so much that you're pushing down into your chest. I always like to imagine there's a little satsuma underneath that chin and keeping that length. If you want a little more of a challenge here, you can slide out that opposite leg. That's currently my right leg, but it doesn't matter if you've done the different side. Let's take a few more rounds of this movement here, remembering to breathe. Use that exhale to help you lift up into your crunch, and that lovely inhale to control that spine rolling back down. Now if you want an extra challenge here, you can take a mini teaser if you like by extending that leg as you take your crunch. So we come back into tabletop as you roll down, and then as you take that lift and we roll up through the spine, you can extend through the knee, point the toes, and we go for our little mini half teaser here if you feel like it. Now I'd like you to point your toes and take that leg all the way up, flex through the heel and slowly lower all the way down to the mat, but not all the way. We're going to hover a couple of inches before you point through that toe again and slowly bring that leg all the way to the top. So take your time here. This doesn't have to be at the same speed that I'm doing. Maybe work with the breath and move with the breath, so taking that point to lift and that lovely flex to lower. Remember, we're not going to touch the floor. We're going to hover there, maybe an inch or two above the mat, and then bring it back to the top. If you feel any discomfort in that lower back, that opposite leg that's flat, you can always bend the knee and place that foot on the floor. So see how you feel here. Now keep that pointed toe all the way up into the sky, and we're going to take a lovely circle through the hip here. So really try and pull up onto that thigh and keep the circles quite small. Try and keep the toe pointed. Change direction if you wish. If you want to make this harder, you can make the circles slightly bigger. But just as a mini finisher here, slowly lower that leg all the way back down to the mat. And then if you want to take a stretch here, feel free to hug the knees in, maybe reach the arms up and over the head, whatever feels good here, just for a little stretch before, you've guessed it, we do it all on the other side. Now maybe you actually want to roll up here, so feel free to do that. Tugging that chin, taking that reach forwards, maybe arms go up towards the sky, and then we can exhale forward into that spine stretch if you feel like it today. Think about lengthening through your fingertips. Nice long spine here, and then gently bringing yourself back to where you started. You don't have to swing the legs around. I'm only doing this just so you can see me from the opposite side. So feel free to stay on the exact same side, but just make sure you change the leg that you started with. So this is now my right leg. Hopefully it's yours too. And we do the exact same thing, back to those beautiful C curves. So keeping the fingertips nice and long, tucking that chin into the chest, rounding through the shoulders, and then coming back up into that lovely full extension. And you can see I'm really enjoying the view here as well. Don't forget to use your breath here as well, so using the breath to help you make the movements. Keeping those shoulders down and away from the ears, fingertips long, round through the spine, and lovely exhale to lift up into that full extension, drop the shoulders at the top. Really nice. One more here, and then we bring it back up. We're going to take that lovely big twist. We're going to grab hold of that knee, drop the shoulders, and take that lovely twist all the way. Follow the fingers so your gaze stays on your fingertips. Bring it back to center and then curling it back down. These are absolutely lovely. And take your time here. You don't have to go at the same pace. You don't even have to twist as far. You want to get to a point where you feel a nice juicy twist here. So nothing that feels painful, nothing that's too uncomfortable. We want to feel a slight discomfort, because twists always have a slight discomfort, but any pain, we don't want to have that. Let's take just one more round of this sequence. So bringing it down to one final C curve, holding onto that knee and taking that lovely big twist here, keeping the shoulders down, fingertips long, back to center, and then slowly lowering those arms and bringing yourself down to the mat. Again, however you want to do this is fine by me, as long as it's a way that feels comfortable and safe for you and how you feel today. You can really work on slowing this down if you wish, taking those arms up and over on the way down. You can extend them out behind the head if that feels okay, and just really enjoy that lovely stretch. When you're ready, bring the arms down by one side, and then we're going to lift that right leg into tabletop, so toes pointing away, feeling comfortable on the mat, and then gently extend the fingertips, curling up into that little crunch and bringing it back down again, using that exhale to help you lift. Remember to keep the length through the back of the neck here and that tiny gap between the chin and the chest. If you are feeling any discomfort in that neck, you can always support the head with the hands. Feel free to do whatever works for you today. Now, if you want to try that extension of the knee for that mini teaser, feel free to give that a go too. But remember, this is just an option. You don't have to do that. You can keep that leg in tabletop, and you can always pop that left foot down onto the ground and bend the knee. And that just might feel a little bit kinder on the lower back. And let's take this movement one more time. So taking that lovely inhale, and exhale to lift off, extend through that knee, point through that toe, and slowly roll back down again, taking your time. Now again, we're going to extend through that knee, toes to the sky, and then flex to lower that leg. Keep it nice and slow, nice and steady as you flex to lower and point to lift. Again, if you want an extra support for that lower back, you can always place that left foot down on the floor with the knee bent. Otherwise, focus on keeping that lower back pushed down into the mat. Think about that rib cage being firmly down on the back of the floor and bracing slightly just through the core here as you flex and point. We're going to make this the final lift, and when you get to the top, just hold it there and you can draw those tiny circles. So maybe imagine you have a pencil on your toes and you're just drawing little circles in the sky or on the ceiling. Change direction when you are ready, and remember you can make these circles slightly bigger if you want more of a challenge here. You also want to remember to make the movement come from the hip rather than the knee, so making sure that we pull up on that thigh so we can give those nice big circles, and then when you're ready, slowly lower that down to the ground. Take one more stretch all the way out, stretch the legs, stretch the arms, and then maybe slowly roll the arms and the shoulders back down by your side. You can take another roll up here if you wish, all the way over and up to the sky, and then maybe you're going to fold forward into that lovely spinal stretch here if that's available to you today. And then when you're ready, slowly roll yourself back up into a seated position and just bring the legs in, maybe to a cross-legged position if that feels comfortable. And just think about lengthening through your spine, drop the shoulders, and let's take a nice big inhale up to finish. Exhale to lower, relax through the shoulders. Take another inhale here, in through the nose, all the way up. Exhale to lower, taking your time on the way back down here. Lengthen through the back of the neck, lift, and exhale for one more time here. Feel free to take one final roll through that neck, dropping the chin to chest, rolling that lovely semicircle, or all the way if that feels good. And then whenever you're ready, bring that chin back into the center, hold it here for just a second, take that lovely big inhale, gently roll up to finish. And there we have it, our beautiful hips and twist sequence by the river. I hope you enjoyed it and look forward to seeing you next time.